How's it going, guys? Welcome back again. It's another job weekend, and I just checked into my hotel. Um, my roommate hasn't showed up yet. I mean, I opted for no roommate, but for some reason, I still got a roommate. That's what I was told downstairs. I don't know. So, how's it going, everybody? So, today I realized I haven't talked about my MEPS, how MEPS, how everything went. Before I went to MEPS, I mean there was a lot of videos I saw online. I just want to make my own version and then talk about my own experience at MEPS. So I started talking to my recruiter in late December to January. I've heard people say Air Force recruiters are like very not very responsive, but I guess I was lucky because mine, he was like quick, 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 and I like when he sent me the paperwork, I get it done ASAP. I send it back to him. So late January, with all the holidays going on, and I think first week of January, I think he got back with me, sent me the paperwork. I filled out everything, sent it to him. End of January, yeah, he scheduled me for MEPS. I live in Springfield, Missouri, and in Missouri, I think the MEPS stations is in St. Louis or it's in Kansas City. So I don't know if you can get to choose by me. He scheduled me for Kansas City MEPS. So yeah, took the day off, drove 3 hours. You get a hotel that you stayed the night before, so we got a hotel. It was pretty decent. It was a nice hotel. Um, I got it like 2 hours early, so I had my ASVAB, my medicals the next day. So just gonna just study on my laptop for a little bit whilst I wait for everybody to get there. Next 2 3 hours, people start coming in, and then yeah, we're all called into a room where it was more like there was more briefings. We watched TV on what we watched the TV. It was a briefing on the TV on what you can and cannot do and what you're allowed to do, what time you need to come back, when it's light out and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to drink before. It's just pay attention to the video. So pay very good attention to the video. After that, we were given roommate. My roommate, he was leaving for BMT the next day. He was active Navy, so apparently with active duty, you have to go back to MEPS before you get shipped out. He was shipping out the next day, but he has to go back to MEPS. Yeah. I ended up giving him a ride because he wanted to eat his last barbecue before he leaves for basic. I think he went. I think he went to Jack Stack is what it's called because I gave him a ride. He wasn't driving. Anyway, I drove around Kansas City for a little bit. Came back to my hotel. Dinner was ready. Nothing fancy. It was pasta, meatball, some salad, and some cookie. I think, and a drink. I don't remember. I didn't. I only had the meatballs that night because I knew for sure I wasn't gonna pass the weight, the weight test. So whatever, I knew I was gonna get taped. So I've been like doing more cardio, close to my MEPS day, just doing more cardio, trying to eat less carbs. So I didn't eat any of that. I just had the meatballs and some salad. Yeah. So around 9 p.m., everybody has to come downstairs again. I think it's more like a roll call thing to make sure everybody's there. Everybody's is accounted for, ready to go. And again, we get a more briefing on what we have to do, what time we need to be downstairs. To go to MEPS. I drove there, so when you drive there, you just have to follow the bus. So yeah, fast forward, went back to my room. I had a test the next day, so I just studied for a little bit. I went to bed around like 11ish. But I was up by 4 before, because you get a phone call to your room, you get a wake up call. But I was already up before then. Yeah, just shower, got ready, came downstairs, just wait till the bus was in, and then whoever has a car, you get in your car and then you follow the bus to MEPS. We got to MEPS, pretty straightforward. You just line up outside and then, you just follow, just go in one after the other. It's a federal building, so you have to, take off your belt, show ID, walk through the metal detector to make sure you don't have anything on you. I would say don't bring anything you are not gonna get on the plane with. I think that makes sense, yeah. Anything you can get, anything TSA doesn't allow you, don't bring it. I think that makes sense, yeah. But yeah, don't. Anyway, yeah, we went through that, and then yeah, we got in there, and then yeah, there was some cabinet. If you have like a backpack, or if you have some document, you can leave it in those cabinet. I think I only have like one document. I don't know what that was for. because my recruiter uploaded everything into the system. Yeah, and then we went into a room after that. I mean, everybody was nice when we got into MEPS. Everybody was nice. We're like, hey, well, if you have any question, you ask them. I've heard people say horrible stories, like they yell at you, they do this, they do that. I honestly didn't have any of that, I didn't experience any of that, and it could be that, I mean, I was lucky because my recruiter was like, well, the day I schedule you for is a downtime for MEPS. Maybe, it's not a busy day because there wasn't that many of us. Yeah, so we got into a room again, more briefing, all that. They ask you, hey, does anybody does everybody know their social security? If you don't know, you can just go get a pen, write it down, because you're gonna need that through the whole MEPS process, because you have to verify. Yeah, and then after that we had a different a lady come in, and then just I think there was more briefing. Yeah, it's a bunch of briefing, and then we had to do a breathalyzer. You blow into the thing, make sure you don't have any alcohol in your system. Like I said, do not drink the night before. If you're a drinker, I think you can go one night without drinking. So try not to drink the night before. And then, after that we had to get our blood pressure check. I was put into timeout because my blood pressure was high that morning for some reason. Maybe I was anxious, nervous. Me and a couple other guys. So when that happens, you get put into timeout for like 15 minutes. So I was there for 15 minutes, and then it was checked again, and I was told that it's still high, but it was lower than the first one. So you only get 3 tries. So heads up. I was told the next one was gonna be checked by the surgeon, and if that is still high, then get disqualified for the and then go back and then check with your civilian doctor. Like I think you have to check it like 3 times with your civilian doctor, and then you can come back and then come back to MEPS again. I'm trying to make this video pretty short. So anyway, so after that, what else happened? We have to go into a room with other guys. You take your t-shirt, and then like you stand on the weighing machine, check your weight. Again, I knew I wasn't gonna pass that, so I was taped, which I passed. I knew I was gonna pass, so I was taped. And then after that, what was happening? After that, I had to I have to do the hearing test, which I mean, it's unless you have like a huge hearing problem, I think you'll be fine. Just MEPS is now, it's not as I've seen other videos, and I think as far as you don't have anything to hide, you're good. Like it was fine. It was just like any other place I've been to. I've seen video where they make it look scary. I mean, again, if you have nothing to hide, it's nothing to worry about. So I did the hearing test and came out, and then we had to we had to pee into a cup. I think they have to do some tests, pee into a cup and all that. There were like eight or 6 of us. We all went into a room, and then you got to stand like a 75 degrees angle so they can see that you actually pee, and you're not pouring somebody else's pee in there. I don't know how that can happen though. But we had to do that. There were a couple guys, I think they were shy. I'm like, bro, I was the last but one to get in, and I was the first to be done. I'm like, let's go. You already know what you're coming here for. So I did that. Took it, and you have to hold it after you're done, and then there's a window that you take it up to the window, and then just verify this is you. Yeah, it's me, and then you drop it there. And after that, what happened? After that, I got put into I was told to go take my ASVAB. So just pause all of that, went back, took my ASVAB, came back. Luckily I passed. I only had 2 weeks to study. I passed, then came back, and then what happened after that? After I came back, I have to get my blood drawn. They draw your blood. I don't know what they test for, but again, if you're nothing to hide, you'll be fine. My blood was drawn, and I mean, again, all these people were nice. Kansas City MEPS, like, they were nice. Before then, I saw a Reddit post that says like, hey, they are very rude. They try to fail everybody. It was like, this is nothing like I read online. They were pretty nice, chatting with me and all that. So I got my blood drawn, and then I had to go. I had to do my eye test. Just like a regular eye test. I don't know, but I was told like my eyesight was not really good. I'm like, I've always had a good eyesight. I don't know. Maybe again, probably was anxious, wasn't doing it correctly, but I've never had an issue with my eye. But I'm not a doctor. I don't know. Anyway, so right after that, I had to go see the surgeon. I had to go see the surgeon, and then what else? Yeah, I just lay down, and then he has to use, just check. And he's like, yeah, your blood pressure's fine, you're good. So I'm like, whew, okay, because that was a huge relief because I do not want to come back to MEPS. Yeah, so yeah, we did that. And what else happened? What else? What else? Yeah, he had me lay down, and then check all kinds of stuff. I don't know what I was checking, and then breathing. And he checked my back. I don't know what. I don't know, but yeah, he was doing his stuff. Again, what else happened? Yeah, and I had to read something. I had to read something. I don't know if you guys can tell, but with the accent, I'm originally from Ghana, so I don't know if because I had to read to make sure I can speak English or something, but I had to read something, kind of like twist your tongue. I don't know if it's for everybody, but yeah, I did that too. And then what else? Yeah, I think this is the part you guys are waiting for. So after that, it was like, well, I need you to take off your pants. I'm like, okay. I mean, again, I knew what I was going into. I was ready. Like, let's just get it over with. Just took off my pants, and then you bend over, and then you spread it up, and then they check whatever. Again, it was. I know some guys are worried about that, bro. It was like 5 seconds. I don't know what they checked there. I'm like, well, it was like 5 seconds. Just bend over, spread it, and then they check what you have to do. And then the other one, again, this is your pants down or whatever you're wearing down, and then they hold your two bad boys, and then yeah, the surgeon has to hold it, and then you look left, and then you cough, and then hold it. You look right, you cough. It's I don't know why people sweat about that. And it was like, oh, that was pretty good. Like when some people come in here and I tell them to do it, they're like, what? Like, yeah, I know what I was gonna do. I know what I was there for. Let's get it over with. And then yeah, after that we have to go into a different room. Yeah, we have to go into a different room, and all this was by myself. I heard people say you have to do. That's where you get to do all the squat and everything to make sure you're good to go. You don't have any broken bones. I have to do it by myself. It was just me and the surgeon. I don't know if because of my ASVAB. Again, there was very little people at MEPS that day, so yeah, we just got into a room and you do a squat, and then you do the duck walk, which I'm sure most of you have seen. It's pretty straightforward. Like, there's nothing to worry about. I would not sweat it. I would not sweat. There was nothing to worry about. And what else did I do? Yeah, you're just gonna hop on one leg. Let me see if I can do that. So you're just gonna like hop on one leg, just like that, and then you just hop, and then you change it, and then you just hop, and then you tiptoe. They're gonna tiptoe. I don't know if the camera, you guys can see me, but you're just gonna like tiptoe, and then you walk. You walk back and forth, and then what else? You just squat. Again, those are all pretty, easy stuff. And then what else? Yeah, I think that is it. And then again, the duck walk. I mean, you guys know how to do it. I just did it like that. And then, I don't know. I think I did it right, but the surgeon said, yeah, that's good. And they ask you, hey, have you had any broken bones? Oh, before I forgot, again, make sure you're not lying. Make sure you are not lying, because I had to go to my doctor because I was having some issues. I was having a very bad headache, and I had to go to my doctor, and then I got prescribed like a blood pressure medication. I think because my blood pressure was high then. I was having headache. I later found out what it was. I was so busy with work, and I was taking creatine. I was not drinking a lot of water and all that. So I think that was causing that. So they prescribed the medication. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, my doctor was like, just rest, drink a lot of water, and then, come back a couple of weeks. Let's see what's wrong with you. I did that. So I did not go for the medication. They prescribed it, but I never went to the pharmacy to grab it. So after, I think, a week or so, they sent it back. So that was pretty good on my side, because I'm the kind of person that if I don't have to take medication, I'm not going to take it. Not because I don't like it, but if I don't have to, I'm not going to. So anyway, before I forgot, when I was in front of the surgeon, he had everything. Every conversation I had with my doctor, he read everything. Oh, so you went to your doctor and you have a headache, and then he prescribed you this, and then you didn't take the medication, and then they sent it back. I'm like, whew. So again, do not lie, because they have everything. They have everything. They see everything. I don't know how they do it, but they see everything. All right, well, I was trying to make this video short, but I think I'm almost 15 minutes into it. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So that was my Kansas City MEPS experience. Again, they were all nice. I had no issue. Just pay attention, which is gonna be what you're gonna do your entire Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine, whatever career, whatever branch you're going into. You gotta pay attention. So pay attention, and nobody's gonna yell at you. Listen. Yeah, I didn't have any issue. Again, everybody was nice. After that, I have to go back and take the personality test and that thing. I don't know, man. Questions. I don't know. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to go into that. Yeah. After you're done, they have like a Subway. I was starving. Yeah, I was starving because I was done around like 1 p.m. I've been up since 4, and yeah, I was starving. So I ate like 3 sandwiches. It was pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, after that I passed, and I had to get my fingerprinted. I did do a fingerprint. Again, they were all nice. Everybody was chit chatting with me, and then yeah, I was done because I drove by myself. Got in my car, drove back home. Yeah, it was a pretty good experience. Again, I've had horrible stories. I've had people that make it sound like, oh man, again, it's just like any other place. Pay attention. They're there. You're there to for business. Get it done. Go home. Yeah. So I don't think anybody should be worried about that. Should be scared about going to MEPS. Again, if you have nothing to worry about, if you're nothing to hide, I think you're good to go. So well, I think that will be all for today. Well, again, I tried to make this video like under 10 minutes, but I'm almost like 16 minutes in there. Yeah. So it's almost midnight. I got drill tomorrow, so I'm gonna try and rest, and then we'll talk about something else a different time. Well, thank you guys for watching, and if you have any question, go ahead and drop a comment, and then please go ahead and subscribe. All right, thank you guys for watching. Thank you.